Welcome to US Tzu Chi 360. I'm Ginger Chang. Today we revisit Tzu Chi's Great Love Preschool. One unique aspect about the school is that it is a bilingual school. According to the Associated Press, 66% of children in the world are raised to speak 2 languages. Being bilingual gives a child a head start in education, but a child needs to be exposed to a different language for at least 30% of their waking hours to become bilingual. Thus, proactive parental involvement is critical in facilitating this, and one such individual is Tom Jin, the principal of Tzu Chi Academy, New York. Welcome, Principal Jin.
Hi, Ginger. Hi, everyone.
So besides being a principal, you're a parent yourself. Why did you see the need to have your children be bilingual?
Well, as a parent, I always told my daughters that we are Chinese descendant. Our faith shows that learning extra language could be an advantage for you.
Right.
Especially in your career in life.
Then there's so many Chinese schools out here in New York. Why did you decide to send them to Tzu Chi Academy?
That was a great question. Indeed, there are a lot of choices in New York. The reason we chose Tzu Chi Academy because Tzu Chi Academy not only teaches Chinese language, they also teach the arts of humanity.
Right.
The teachers in Tzu Chi Academy are well informed that character education is far more important than the language itself. That was why I chose Tzu Chi Academy.
Well, like you, parents choose for various reasons why they decide to send their children to a Tzu Chi operated school, which we'll find out in the first segment. So we now go to Southern California.
When I became pregnant, I started looking for a good school, since the waiting lists are usually very long. I actually had a premonition that we would probably come to this school because the Tzu Chi Academy has a good environment that puts people's minds at ease. I was woken up by a phone call telling me that my child, Emily, had gotten into the Tzu Chi Academy. I was so happy that I screamed. I had waited so long and made so many calls. The reason that we weren't sure if she would get in is because Emily wasn't fully potty trained yet. If we missed the window, we wouldn't get in, so I'm really happy that she made it.
对，那一旦miss 掉那个 time spot 的时候，就上不去了，这样。对，所以我实在很开心能够进得来这个学校。
The reason I came to this school, these schools I should say, from public school is because of the family type culture that it has here. It's what I'm looking for, it's what I really enjoy being around, and it's what I believe in. That's what's good for children. So it is exactly what I expected it to be. It was just a nice, fun family event where the children in the community, including parents, come together with teachers to support students, and it was wonderful. The children were all enjoying it. The children were the spotlight, but the parents enjoyed it as well, and all of them were involved, so it was wonderful.
They have a lot of love to the kids. I'm so comfortable to leave my daughter here. First of all, a little mixed feeling, her Japanese is decreasing, but I think eventually, not only language, important thing is not only language, behave and attitude. So I think she'll get all the benefit. My Chinese skill is language also improving a little bit.
Sayaka's Chinese has improved greatly because she goes to Tzu Chi's preschool and receives a bilingual education. It has improved the communication she has with her father. The character-building curriculum of Tzu Chi is also based on charity and gives the children a chance to learn from practice and build a strong foundation for their integrity.
In
preschool, we can't really use lectures as a way of teaching. These young students can't memorize bullet points, but if the students do it by hand, donate to the Bamboo Bank daily, perform the Bamboo Bank sign language song, and listen to master stories, they will remember it when they grow up. So in our preschool, we emphasize learning through hands-on experience, so they can experience Tzu Chi's charitable spirit at an early age.
The educational philosophy in Tzu Chi's preschool is mainly focused on cultivating a habit of kindness and a habit of giving and helping others. The act of contributing to the bamboo bank every morning is a continuation of Tzu Chi's bamboo charity bank philosophy and a habitual act of kindness. This is different from typical morning exercises in other preschools. This is also one of the reasons why many parents are drawn to enroll their children here.
This is actually her second school. She was in the first school when she was 2 years old, 2 year plus 1 month old. She wasn't even potty trained. So, but we kind of have to pick up the school because it's closer. And we didn't search a lot of, schools. So we picked the school, but there are a lot of timeouts during the day when I see the school.
Just like many other parents before coming to Tzu Chi, Toshiko had meticulously chosen a school for her daughter Sayaka that was near their home and that emphasizes academics. Sayaka speaks Japanese at home with her mother and Chinese with her father. Coming to a new school where she had to adapt to different languages and environments was a lot of change for a 2-year-old to get used to. One day, Toshiko heard a lonely cry in the restroom. It turned out to be her own daughter.
I heard my daughter crying in the bathroom one day. I parked the car in the school site and I went to shop. I went to do grocery shopping and I came back to my car and then I heard someone crying. So, but after hearing for a minute and I think that's my daughter. And then let me check. And then I kind of peeked, through the gap. And then my daughter crying. No one was there, so I said, I know that might be one incident, but she was by herself crying in the toilet seat.
After seeing her daughter's situation and how Sayaka refused to attend school after having a cold, Toshiko decided to transfer Sayaka out of that school.
We didn't like that preschool very much, so we tried other places. Then we heard about Tzu Chi. I really wanted to find a school that was bilingual in Mandarin, so we visited Tzu Chi. We really liked the school. It was all that we had hoped it would be.
算缘分啊！那你们跟叔叔说，爷爷的家在哪里？
爷爷的家是集集，
在集集吗？
台湾。
哦，在台湾哈。他只有几个小孩？没有，还有。
샤먼도 말고 있잖아.
1、2、3、4、5。
5だね。5の春のさ、5のシールどこにあるさ。After I, check this, Tzu Chi, it seems like, staffs are caring and then they don't give a timeout and then they focus on the character education, not only Chinese education, but we also look for the bilingual school because I speak Japanese, my husband speaks Mandarin to her. But we don't speak, we don't encourage her to speak in English yet. We don't need to worry about English. But our mother language is important to be able to communicate with the grandparents in Taiwan and Japan. I think this is the best school we found.
帰ってきました。あなたはオートバイ。
あ、オートバイだね。本当だね。反対側の土手を探してみることにしました。すすきをかき分けていくと、足元で何かが動いたような気がしました。車で帰らないよ。
その時どこから笛が声が出てきた。
ねえ、笛の音が聞こえてきました。誰
？Just like Sayaka, many other children have developed confidence through bilingual learning, and the character cultivation helps them experience the joy of growing up.
星期天他就会问我说：“妈妈。”
On Sunday, she would ask me, Mommy, are we going to school tomorrow? I was thinking that maybe she didn't want to go to school, but I'd say, yes, we have to go to Tzu Chi preschool for classes. She would say, yay, I want to go back to school. It's so much fun being with the other kids. In the earlier character building classes at Tzu Chi, the first thing they teach the 3-year-olds is to care for themselves. This teaches a sense of responsibility.
Putting away their own dishes, making their own bed at nap time, working with the other children, and sleeping peacefully to allow their bodies to have ample rest are all ways of learning to treat their bodies well. This is a lesson on responsibility.
When
I was a volunteer, I heard many conversations that the teachers had on their breaks. Most of it was about how to guide the children, what misbehaviors they had noticed, and discussions on how to guide the children. They are very serious about the topic. Instead of talking about their personal lives over break, these teachers spend all of their thoughts on trying to guide and counsel the children. So I feel that these teachers are very caring.
他不是谈论他自己的一些生活情况，而是他去绞尽脑汁要想怎么去引导这个孩子。我觉得这边的老师真的很有爱心。
The love these teachers have has put the parents' minds at ease and have inspired them. The good life habits formed in the character cultivation classes have also slowly been taken back to the families.
When we are eating meal, she always tell me, "Oh, don't talk." When we start to talk, she told me, "Oh, Mama, don't talk when you're eating." And then she translated to my husband, "Oh, don't talk when you're eating," in Chinese. It's like a interpreter, the same topic. When they communicate in Chinese, she look at me and she say the same thing in Japanese to me.
Little Sayaka is well on her way to becoming the family interpreter thanks to her mom's support at school as a parent volunteer. In fact, there's been consistent evidence on the positive impact of parental involvement and student academic performance regardless of their income or background. Principal Jin, I believe you actually started out as a volunteer dad at Tzu Chi Academy. How come? How did this happen?
Well, as a volunteer, the step I stepped into Tzu Chi Academy because my daughters enrolled in Tzu Chi Academy, and I always wanted to be a volunteer, and this volunteer dad position just came right fit to me. So I gladly accept the role, and I ever since enjoy a lot and never regret.
But you could have just been a volunteer dad, yet you volunteered to teach the older people IT classes. How come you took on this position?
Well, I believe that everyone in this modern age should learn some kind of computer skills, especially elder people.
Right.
So one day when the commissioner came to me to ask me if I can give a lesson to our elder volunteers, I gladly accept the role. And today I must say I did a great job because some of the volunteers at their ages 70s still using their computers to check their emails, browsing Tzu Chi news online on a daily basis. That was amazing to me, and they really enriched their life.
You could have also stopped there. However, you decided to be the volunteer principal of Tzu Chi Academy. What made you take on that position?
Principal is never in my plan. Okay, I never thought of being a principal, but it's just this sense of responsibility just fell onto my shoulder, and I feel, maybe I can take the challenge, and I gladly accept the role. And today I'm very thankful that so many people supported me in the back. So school is running very well now.
Well, a child also, when they see their parents heavily involved in school, they also realize that education is very important. So we're going to take a break to the second segment.
Okay.
And go meet the volunteer moms and the students of Tzu Chi Great Love Preschool.
孩子进学校的时候，我就已经
When my child first came to the school, I had thought about helping out, but I found out that the workload for a Tzu Chi teacher is actually quite heavy, Preparing for class often requires extra work at home, especially in arts and crafts. I think this is hard work, so I just try to contribute a little to help the teachers.
那我觉得蛮辛苦的，所以我就尽我的绵薄之力，这样子帮他们一点这样。
There are many volunteer parents like Pei who use their free time after sending their children to school to design arts and crafts for the classes. So in every semester, we see the new volunteer parents gather to make props for different festivals, such as the flower arrangement classes and making red envelopes for Chinese New Year. From a group of strangers, these volunteer parents build a team, working together for their children.
Well, what a wonderful and meaningful program, right? Did everybody have fun?
We have to spend the New Year as a family in Tzu Chi. I'm thankful to have all of our fellow volunteers, teachers, and students at this festive time. Almost all of the parents came. Our volunteer parents made all of the red envelopes here, and they're now a small team, giving love at this special time of the year.
Because of these diligent volunteer parents designing events for Chinese New Year, the children in the United States get to experience the rich Asian culture despite being so far away.
For the letters, we build a support with cardboard so it looks 3D after we stick the words on.
Recycling unused cardboard to make the auspicious big red envelope and a game of packaging paper were also the parents' ideas. To give American children a chance to experience the Chinese traditional culture, Taiwanese volunteer parent Pei has lent her daughter's traditional Chinese gown for Sayaka to wear.
This looks really special for me. I'm Japanese, so I didn't prepare this. My daughter just saw and they're happy to wear. She said, "Oh, I can't wait."
Wish everybody a very good Chinese New Year.
Although there's a difference in cultural backgrounds among the volunteer parents, they share the same loving heart, as well as a desire to give. From one volunteer parent to this team of parents, we see how one idea came to fruition with everyone's support, creating this unforgettable experience. Tzu Chi's Da'ai preschool in the US is unique because there is a team of volunteer parents working in the background, focusing on passing down culture and supporting the bilingual and character education classes.
很开心啊，很开心，听大家聊天就很开心啊，听大家讨论哪个学校
I am
怎么
very
样。
happy. It's so much fun talking to everyone about the school and their children. I am also happy to be working with the other volunteer parents. It's very laid back
觉
here.
得在这边很放松。对，
One reason was I want to be with my daughter, and then I want to see how my daughter do at school. If we are doing volunteer work, I can, anytime you can run to the classroom from the outside of the door, I can see her.
Many volunteer parents dedicate only a little of their time, but when accumulated, much time is volunteered. This is how one thought of kindness begins to grow.
I don't work, so I have my extra time. A lot of mom helps too, so why not?
Seeing the seed of kindness planted in her daughter's heart inspires Toshiko. Seeing how her daughter's character and Chinese have improved, Toshiko now hopes that her daughter will get to learn about her own Japanese culture.
Looks like Chinese is getting more strong, getting stronger for her nowadays. Hopefully I can schedule some play day with the Japanese moms or kids. But it's not easy. It's not really easy to maintain the relationships.
Parents have many expectations as their children grow up. For a child growing up in an immigrant family, he or she is not just learning what a typical child learns. They also need to learn one or more two languages and continue the cultural tradition of their families.
March 3rd is a day, the Girls' Day in Japan. We celebrate the girls' development, the growth. So we set the very pretty dolls, old style dolls, Japanese dolls at home for 2 weeks display. So I'm going to start doing at the end of in the middle of February for my daughter to just appreciate the dolls. That is a gift from her grandparents, Japanese grandparents. なんか emperors, like wedding ceremony style. Usually Japanese girl get to receive this doll when they are born. Then usually from grandparents. And this doll will receive some kind of misfortune or bad luck or like bad thing that might happen to the kids. But that doll will supposed to receive the misfortune instead of them receive.
The doll set for the girls' festival is a blessing given by her grandparents. In addition to carrying the grandparents' love and prayers, the gift also symbolizes a deep hope for her to learn their traditions. As time goes by, Sayaka must adapt to the English environment in the United States, as well as learn about her parents' Asian cultures. English, Chinese, and Japanese language studies are just the beginning of her life. She has many more cultures to explore in this world. No matter how many obstacles the future brings, with the love and support of her family, Sayaka will overcome them with a bright smile on her face. Welcome back. So, Principal Jin, when you look back to the time and effort you put into your children's language education, do you think it paid off?
Yes, it definitely paid off.
And how so?
Well, both of my daughters had graduated from Tzu Chi Academy. And because of this special education, the character education, what they have learned from this school, they know more about how to help people. And then they follow this Tzu Chi path right now and becomes Tzu Sao. And now both of them are Tzu Qings. So I am very proud of them.
Then, from a principal's position, have you had a parent come to you to tell them the development they've seen from attending Tzu Chi Academy in their child?
Yes, always. Every year we have parents come to me to thank me for Tzu Chi give their children such good education. What they have learned in Tzu Chi Academy, one of the greater part being the filial piety, showing respect to elders in action. One particular example I can give you is during the graduation ceremony, we have the kids present a cup of tea to their parents.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very touching moment.
Then, so I guess besides learning Chinese language, they also learned the cultural aspect as well.
Yes.
And then as a principal, for you to see that, it must have been very rewarding as well.
Oh yes, definitely.
Well, Principal Jin, we really thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Ginger. It's my pleasure to be here today.
And for those of you at home, I hope you enjoyed our show today, and I'll see you soon.
It's a very interesting show. I do enjoy learning about what Tzu Chi is doing around the U.S. and around the world. It gives me a greater appreciation for what Tzu Chi does for people.
They're different from the other TV shows that I've watched because they explain different things about how when different people contribute, you can accomplish a big task.
What 360 means to me is it actually gives, me a glimpse into what Tzu Chi is doing, and I can understand it better, and then it motivates